Good morning, everyone. I hope we stay online. Seems like my internet keeps saying it's disconnected, but it looks like it's reconnected. Got a little bit of a cold, but I couldn't help myself. I'm always awake from at least 3 o'clock in the morning till whenever. Sometimes I go back to sleep, sometimes I don't. It's the quiet time for me. So here I am in my jams, no makeup, didn't even wash my face, didn't do anything. We ain't here for glamorous reasons. It's never been about that for me, I guess. I came on because somebody put something in my comments yesterday that kind of made me cry because, I've been estranged from my family since I was a teenager. So this day never meant a whole lot to me as far as like family and get-togethers and all that. But I wanted to come on because I had a fire and I wanted to share it with you. And thank each and every one of you who have been on this journey with me since 2020. Like I said, the comment made was that I have all of you for family now. And I do want to thank my mother and my grandmother, because no matter what happened in my life, they were always with me. They were always on my side. And they're still with me today because they made me who I am. Very strong women, very independent women, and both Sagittariuses. So it is appropriate to thank them in Sagittarius season, even though their birthdays ain't till December, the 1st of December. And to thank all of you for making me feel welcome in your lives. I did write a poem, but I felt that was a little cheesy. So I just decided to come on here and talk to you and wish you all the things that, some of us never had, which was closeness and collective love and family that isn't blood, but we all relate to each other. Same stories, same challenges, same hearts, because this is from my heart to yours. I am so grateful, and I don't call this Thanksgiving, I call this giving thanks. And I give thanks for all of you, and all of you, especially, those who have been with me through the whole journey. Y'all know my story. You know where I am in life. No, everything's not perfect, but it's perfectly fine. And with everything that's going on in the world, especially the toxicity, and that's only because the vibration of the planet is rising, and everyone's being forced, kicking and screaming. And I've been saying this for a couple of years. Those who are at a, the still dog eat dog, and, let's step over everybody else, and I gotta conquer you, and you're my enemy, and all that. The Darth Vaders of the world, as I call it. They'll find their way eventually. I love them too, even though, some of them can't stand me, which is okay. I accept that. I'm not here to impress anybody. And I'm here to love people and to show people that it's okay. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to love despite the hate, despite everything that's thrown at you every single day. And to be as understanding as you can for those who aren't there yet. Acts of kindness go a long way, and you don't need an audience for that. God sees all. We are all God, and God sees all. I realize that some of you have gifts like mine, and I recommend you act on them, even if it's just a small gesture of someone standing. And yesterday I was going to do it, but I was in such a hurry to get back here because I take care of someone who can't take care of themselves anymore. There's this lady who's been walking up and down the street. She's really old. She uses a cane. She walks up and down one of the crossroads here on the main highway. And, she's always got a sign. And I wanted to turn around yesterday. I'll probably go out today and see if she's out. I don't know if she will be or not because, it's a holiday. But I wanted to turn around and go back and give her some money and tell her that, I see her, lots of people don't see other people, especially the ones in need. And I see everybody, no matter their status in life, no matter who they pray to, no matter anything. I see everybody as human. We all make mistakes. We all have something that triggers us, that makes us unhappy, all of that. But just one day out of every year, sit, no matter what you have, no matter where you are in life, just sit and thank the Most High, the guardian of us all, which is Mother Earth, our mother, for the things that you do have, for your life. Because some people don't even, they're facing the ultimate challenge, which is not having one or losing it. And so be thankful for your health. Be thankful for that. That is your wealth. Be thankful for your life. Just be grateful, and you'll see that return to you. living, breathing proof right here, because not long ago, on this very same day, all I had was a courtyard and nowhere to go and no one to turn to. All I had was me and God. So today, no matter how I'm feeling, because I don't feel very good. I got a little bit of a cold going on here. I wanted to thank all of you for being my friends, for being supportive of everything that I do, for letting me be your MaDragonshark, because that's important to me. From helping me learn from you and you learn from me, and I don't consider anybody any more important than the other one. I'm not that kind of person. This is not for money. This is not for kicks. This is not to get attention. This is just to tell you how much I love you and how much you fill my heart with things that I never experienced before. And I didn't have the kind of family that a lot of other people have. Like I said, I was kind of kicked out of the family as a teenager, and all I had was my mother and my grandmother, and they were the biggest influence on me in my life. They taught me what a mother should be, accepting, loving, no matter the mistakes. My grandmother used to say, you can be anything you want to be because of your heart. So here I am, and I'm doing the best I can with what I have to work with. Like I said, you don't have to have the best of everything to make the best of everything you have. And today I'm grateful that I have all of you to help me keep carrying on this torch of love. You all are so appreciated and so loved from the Most High through my mouth. I wish I could give that to everyone. I am truly a Queen of Cups because I'm all gushy today. I'm a little snotty too. I got coffee. It's organic, but it's coffee. Rick and Morty. What is it? We chew what we chew every. No, is that the same one? I don't think it is. That's Pinky in the Brain. We do what we do every day, Pinky. We try to take over the world. Well, we're going to take over the world with peace, with love, with our hearts. And we're going to share that as much as we can with the rest of the world. Even though some people are going to be nasty. And then yesterday I went to the store that I always go to. And there was a man in there. And he was yelling at the cashier over 91 cents. And I kind of said, hey, I'm in a hurry. Do you mind? Here's the manager. Go talk to him. And he was really mean to me. And he was like, fuck you. I was like, whatever, dude. I wanted to give him $1 and tell him to leave the cashier alone. But I thought that might only just add fuel to the fire. So I just left. But there's a lot of that going on. you have to understand that these people are being asked, from their soul to meet the vibration of unconditional love. And even though, my family discarded me very easily, I might add, at a very young age, I forgive them. I love them anyway. I wish them all the blessings in the world that life can give, but especially a heart that can love no matter what ails them. Because when you let hate and judgment and those kind of things rule your life, envy, jealousy, all the nasty little things that people do, it makes you sick. It makes you unwell, not only in the heart, but in the head, and sometimes in the body. So let go of all that shit. It's not worth it. And never put yourself in danger, but forgive them because they stupid. Even if they're the smartest person in the world and they're chemists and they're schmiegels, like certain powers that be. Somebody said that on one of these channels. I can't remember, something cracker. Salty Cracker. I think it's the name of the channel. He was calling, and I couldn't think of a more appropriate picture, because if you put the two together, you would see the same thing. But you know who Mr. Billy G is, the Microsoft dude. Somebody called him Schmiegel. And I laughed so hard because they look alike. He really does look like Schmiegel. Only he's got a little bit more hair and got all his teeth. But the personality is still there. My precious. So, saves the turkeys. Turkeys come in all sizes, even human sizes. Awesome. Authentically Barbie. I feel like I got my inheritance too, but it didn't come in the form of riches. Well, riches, yeah, but not monetary riches. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It's the watch time hours that count. You see that a lot of times on my channel, I don't have, unless I pay for it to get it out there. You have to, when you promote your channel, because I do everything by myself. I don't rely on channel managers, and I use Google, and I do everything myself because I've learned that people who work on my channel just steal my content and put it on TikTok. And I'm not on TikTok. Like I said, excuse a little bit of a cold I have. I'll be fine. But yeah, they like to steal your stuff and put and call it their own. They're doing it to a lot of tarot readers, and there really isn't anything anybody can do about it. There's a lot of shared privileges out there. Happy Giving Thanks Day. I'll turn that around. Because I don't really believe in war and all the stuff that led up to this day and why we celebrate it. I am part Native American. My grandmother was half Cherokee, and my father was, he had like a quarter, I think, of Blackfoot. So we have 2 tribes in our family. And I'm a mutt, Italian, Indian, what is it called? Swedish, Irish, Jewish. My father was adopted, so he didn't find out he had a Jewish lineage until he was like 30 years old. But yeah, we were the ones that were hidden, mixed all together. Yeah, stealing intellectual property is a no-no, honey. But they don't get in trouble for it. The powers that be did was they allow it. And unfortunately, that all of that will change. It will change. We just have to hang in there and be on the ground and be the ground crew until it does change. Because as I said in my collective reading on the hidden realms, the dragons are here, the wise ones are here, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop that. No agenda, no schmeagles, no experiments on humankind can stop what's coming or what's here. Like it said, he's not coming with what do I want to say, with peace and love. He's coming on a fiery horse. And this next year is the fire horse year, which I call my recurrence, which I'll be 60. And that's when a lot of things are going to come into fruition for me, because it's just, I'm resurging after a long life of hardship. And like I said, today, my heart is full of so much love and so much gratitude for bringing me here to all of you. Yeah, we are the change. And this is where it changes. Because there's more of us than there are of them. That's obvious. It's apparent. And our hearts will light up the world. That's what we're here to do. I'm not going to stay on here long because, I'm probably going to go lay back down. I got to get over this cold so I can bring you guys more content and entertain you. And I just can't. Like I said, I started a fire and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live just like I am. Show everybody it's okay. It's okay to just be who you are in the moment, every moment. And love without expectation. I do it every day. I do it every day. And when I wake up, I'm grateful I woke up. That brings in more blessings. It is 444, isn't it? Wow. Love that number. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, come on over. We got some funny shit over there. He's good. He's getting better. I mean, we've been through a lot the last couple of months. We went through COVID the 1st of September. He ended up in the hospital again with an infection last month, or this month, the 1st of this month. But we're home. He's getting stronger. He's back in physical therapy. He's eating very well, which I'm very happy about, because while he was down with COVID, he kind of lost his scruples a little bit. He's 86 years old. And he wasn't eating very well, and I was really worried I was going to lose him there for a minute. But it seems like he's making a full recovery, and he's getting stronger every day, and I'm very grateful for that as well. He's like my best friend now because, I'm here 24/7, and that's why I'm only doing like 3 days a week on videos. It's still 9 videos a week, so I'm still doing the job I came here to do, even if it's not as many as I used to do. I used to put out about 16 videos a week. Now I'm down to about 9, maybe 12, and a live stream every now and again when I have the time. But I'm so very happy he's getting better. I got organic coffee this morning. I had to have something to get me going. Tea just doesn't do it for me. We do what we do every day, Pinky. We try to take over the world, and we're going to. I'm very hopeful about that. But we're going to do it with love and kindness and forgiveness. The things that people don't ever teach us about, especially in this world, and especially as Gen Xers. How we ever survived, I'll never know, What's that lady's name? Sherry? I don't remember her name. But she says it best. She was sitting there talking about how on Halloween, nowadays how Halloween, these kids get like $1 million costumes, and like they can literally be anything they want to be and make it look real. Because of the new technologies and the new costumes and the way things are made. You actually look like you're walking straight off a movie set now for Halloween. And how our Halloween costumes was a trash bag and one of those ugly little masks that you could barely breathe through or see through. And if you're a Gen Xer like me, you totally relate to that. It's like, and we just got sent out, no chaperones, nobody watching us, whole group of us. Yeah, we just got, go out there and get some candy, and just go out door to door begging for candy. And come back, but don't touch the candy till you come back. And remember, they had to check every piece of candy. I think they did that so they could eat it. But that was back in the day when, no seat belts. We rode in the back of trucks. We drank from the hose. And I have that on my Instagram. There's like a Gen Zer saying too, and that's another lady that's a Gen Xer that makes fun of other people. She says, the newer kids. He says, "Were sinks not an option?" Well, no, when you're locked out of the house, it's not an option. All you got's those. And then you're lucky if they even acknowledge you're outside. But you had to be in by the time the lights were on. When the street lights came on, you had to be inside. But when we get the message at 10 o'clock at night, do you know where your children are? Because that's just how I grew up. Different times. And like I said, how we survived, they'll never know. But that is why Gen X simply does not fuck about most people's feelings, because nobody gave a fuck about ours. We had to work with what we had, build forts in the woods with ticks and all kinds of stuff, and do a lot of pretending, because we didn't have all those little gadgets and drones and all the video games. Hell, I remember when what is the asteroids and ping pong? What game was that? Atari. I remember when that came out, and I was a teenager, and we were just so fascinated by that little ball being able to use that little gadget to make that ball bounce back and forth. Yeah, well, I didn't move to Florida till I was 12. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I grew up there till I was about 12, and then that's when my mom and dad got divorced, and my dad stopped seeing us, so my mother just said, screw it, and moved to Florida with nothing. She didn't even have any skills. She didn't even know how to work. She became a waitress. So we started out with absolutely nothing, just clothes on our back, and Ma and me and my little brother, who is no longer here either. He died at 47 in 2016. I lost my brother then. I lost, and that kind of checked me on my mortality. That's kind of the year that I started awakening, because I don't know why. It just, that's when it happened. But he was one of those people that were miserable his whole life, very ungrateful for the life that he had. So I feel like that's why he left early. My mother, I lost in 2018, and that one completely devastated me, because my mother, she's the only one that ever accepted me for being who I was and just let me be me. And still tried to support me the best she could with what she had to work with. And my grandmother, I lost her in 2010. My father died in 2014, but I didn't really talk to him much, because, by the time you're 30 years old and you get the apology, it's kind of too late. It's like, yeah, I forgive you, but it doesn't work for me anymore. And, you get to an age where, you could give me $1 million, but that ain't going to change the way I feel, and he didn't. He wanted to tell me a secret before he died. That kind of haunts me a little bit, but, because he was a Mason. one of those secret societies. And he said that I had to come to him. And I was getting ready to leave Florida. And I left in 2012. And he lived in Venice at that time, Venice, Florida. And I lived in the Tampa Bay area. And he asked me to come see him. And I refused. It wasn't that I refused. I just didn't see the necessity in it. Because I forgave him. I forgave him a long time ago, before that. So whatever he had to say was unimportant at that point. So who knows what the secret was? I kind of think I know. All of this happened out of the blue for me. You got to understand, I was never taught spirituality. I was never taught about any of this. Somebody sent me a deck of cards anonymously, a deck of tarot cards anonymously in 2016 when I was living in Hollywood. And for some reason, I just knew how to read them. And that's how I started bringing my past life into this life. And then I started learning things that just kind of gave me the aha moments of, why do I already know this? Why does this resonate? Why, I didn't know, because you don't know until you bring that online. And for years, I grew up Protestant, Christian, whatever you call it. I didn't really have religion in my life. And my mother didn't have time. She was too busy surviving with 2 kids. And nobody ever had time to teach me anything. My father definitely didn't teach me anything, which is where the knowledge should have come from. What I know now, what I've learned on my journey. Because he knew it all, He's 33rd degree Mason. He knew it all. Maybe that's the secret he wanted to tell me, but by then, I didn't care. So my awakening happened in 2016, and it was brutal. It was brutal. So when they make the memes up that say what everybody thinks awakening looks like, all rainbows and ponytails and puppy dogs and la la la, is not true. It's a dark night before the dawn. And then through it all, I lost my mother, which destroyed me, because I was here in LA and she was in Ohio, and I had to say goodbye over the phone. That one almost completely killed me. And I experienced put it together. 2014, my dad. 2016, my little brother, 3 years younger. My mother in 2018. And in 2020, I almost checked out. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still kicking. And I'm still learning. Every single day, I learn something new. That's what keeps me going. And now, as I come out of the darkness, which has been the last couple of years, to where I can sit here and say I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I can love no matter what's happened to me. I never gave up hope. I never stopped having love for other humans. no matter how much wrong they did to me. And there was a lot of them, a lot of people all the way up till now. I mean, people do me wrong all the time. They think because I'm a Queen of Cups, I'm just going to keep putting up with them. But I'm also a Queen of Swords. So once you do that to me, I done had a funeral for you. Okay? You're no longer part of my life. And that's why I'm alone. I have no interest in the dating pool. It's a mud puddle. It's a mud puddle out there. Nobody knows how to be cooperative with each other. And I'm not saying nobody. There's probably a lot of people out there that are just like me. And they would rather be alone than settle for a good time, not a long time. If I go there, I want it to be forever, because I already had my chance at forever and it got all screwed up. And my husband was supposed to be my one all be all, but since 2011, I ain't never looked back. I don't want to be married again. I think that's just a piece of paper. It would be nice to find, somebody who is on the same plane as me and who could share my life. But it's not necessary. I have both masculine and feminine within, and I've learned to accept very much both sides of myself. I am the protector and I am the nurturer all in one. Because I protect you. I protect anyone who is helpless to protect themselves. That includes some of you. Anybody who can't find their way. I know what it's like. So that's why I'm here to help you out of the dark, because I know what darkness is. Been down every dark road you could ever imagine. And somebody said yesterday, in fact, I think she's here, Tanya, that's like my best friend in the world. She's another Pisces. She says, you've had a rough life. But I said, yeah, I have. But every single thing I've been through has given me the wisdom to help other people out of the dark. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful I can help others find their way through the muck, because the muck sucks. And thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, the comment made yesterday about, I said something about not having any family except for my children. And, with the way that my life is right now, I can't go see them. I can call them. But I have 9 grandchildren. 9. And they're all wonderful and beautiful. And I miss them very much. I only have 2 kids. My daughter blessed me with 7. My grandmother had 7. So that was like her goal, because she knew my grandmother too. She grew up with my grandmother. And she admired her. And she always wanted a big family. So we started our own lineage. And yeah, that's who I'm here for, I hope to give them a better belief, change the paradigm. That we are all one, and that life can be what you make it, instead of giving up hope. Now, my daughter, she has a hard time with that. She's a Cancer. She doesn't want to be here through this. She thinks that she wasn't meant to be here. She is an alien. I can't say she's not. She's definitely an alien. But she's very much aware. She's been very aware since she was a child. My son, he's Capricorn, opposite spectrums. And he's very 3D, very simple. His life would be perfect if he could live on a boat and fish for the rest of his life. You know? And he's got two little girls. I've got 7 girls and 2 boys for grandchildren. 7 girls. And they're all beautiful, every one of them. So, a Cancer and a Scorpio together. You was asking for trouble, wasn't you? I'm a Pisces. My daughter's a Cancer. That was rough enough. I can't imagine being a Scorpio with a Cancer. They're very needy, which is why she had so many children. Because, every time one got old enough, it wasn't cute anymore. So she had another one because they're cute when they're little. She definitely mother energy. And Cancer is the 4th house, which is all about the mother, the home, nurturing. And Jupiter is going into Cancer if it hasn't already made it there, which is what will be expanded upon, the mother energy. And I guess that's what I'm here for. I don't know how I got the inclination to call myself MaDragonshark, but that just kind of happened. Because, like I said, I'm a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Cups, all in the same person. I love you to death, but I cut a bitch if I got to. Cut them completely out of my life because I've had enough. I've had enough of the toxicity and the drama, and I'm not a good time. I'm a long time, and that's why I'm still single. The husband got married 6 months later. I'm still single since 2011, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So when somebody's willing to meet me on that same plane, where you aren't codependent, but, shooting for the same things in life and not expecting the other one to do more than you and be more than you, and y'all meet on equal terms, then maybe I'll go down that road. I probably won't ever get married again. But, I'd consider it. Like I said, at this point in time, no, thank you. You worry about yourself. I love that little meme. Me and Tanya was also talking about the meme I posted a while back. You can look it up. It's Johnny Depp. And he was talking about 2025. And we're all going to say on New Year's Eve, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? At the end of 2025, it ain't going to be Happy New Year. It's going to be, what the fuck was that? It was perfect. So give yourself a little giggle. Go on over to my, I didn't repost that one, but because it wouldn't allow me to, but you can look it up. It's original Anya's Tarot 444. That is my handle on Instagram. If you want to go over there, hang out with me, see all my little smart ass memes, because like I said, I'm a Queen of Swords. I'm a normal smart ass. Sometimes too smart for my own good. Hello, old soul. I'm getting ready to close this out. I've been here almost an hour, and my fire is getting low, and it's starting to get a little chilly in here. I'm gonna have to turn up my heat. And there's all my paintings. My newest painting, which is Lady of the Light. She's got the light in her hands, and of course, my archangel Michaela, Michaela instead of Michael. It's a female. And then that's my yin and yang, and my Lady of the Lake, and my moon. And that's one of the dragons that came out, the golden green dragon. And the judgment card. I got several things. And I got my Christmas tree up yesterday, day before. When did I move from the white wall room? Well, when he got really sick, I got, because my room's right across from him. So, my talking in the middle of the night kept him awake. So I ended up getting rid of all the furniture in here because it was old and tattered and useless. And this is the living room. And I set up my little office, little studio in here. My painting studio is all over on one side. My exercise machine's here, and my desk. I can move my desk anywhere because it's really small. So, and that, my shelf with all my cards and, my crystals and my candles. Because, I love my crystals. I love my manifesting stuff. Like I said, I'm a manifestos. I'm not a so-called witch, although I have studied much magic. I'm very studied on the, and if you haven't studied, I would recommend starting with the 7 Hermetic Principles and of Thoth and the universal laws, the most important ones, which are the first 12, the law of cause and effect, those kind of laws, because then you understand that what goes around comes around. It always does. It may take a while, for people like Schmeagol and all those people that are here to destroy the world because they're Darth Vader, because they're just generally evil, and they think that all that matters is how much I can control everybody. I got control, and money and fame and riches and all of that is all that matters. When really, it's what's in your heart that truly matters. What happiness you can find even in the smallest of things. Like I said, 5 years ago, I had nothing and nobody. I've got pictures up in my community tab when I was sitting under a bridge smoking cigarettes. And thank you, universe, for leading me out of that place and bringing me here. It's the only one I can think, because it wasn't my family. It was you guys. It was me. It was me who pulled myself out of the darkness, and me who pulled myself away from death. And the only thing I had at that time was the universe, was God. It's all I had to talk to. So I used that wisdom, Margaret, to help everyone else not have to do the same things that I've had to go through. Because it's very painful not to have anybody to turn to when life hands you lemons. That's what somebody said to me yesterday. That's what kind of triggered this live stream. Somebody said that to me yesterday when I said, I really don't have no family to speak of except for my children. Somebody said, we are your family. And I got little tears in my eyes. I was like, yeah, you are. So I'm here to share that with you today, this morning, because that is what I am truly grateful for, is that all of you, all of me, loves you. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you have, I don't ask for a thing in return. All I ask is for you to learn to love yourself just the way you are, and give what you can to the world with that pure, unadulterated heart, because that's truly where your power lies. And I say it all the time in my cards. The Ace of Cups is what leads to the Ten of Cups, which money can't buy, and the Ten of Pentacles, which is our true inheritance from the divine. I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to probably go lay back down for a little while before Miss Dawn gets up, because I got to feed him breakfast. And yes, I cook every day. I mean, it's not going to be, I'm not going to cook Thanksgiving dinner for just two of us. I'll probably go find some place that's open that's serving. Go get us a turkey dinner somewhere. Because, I'm not going to cook a big dinner to waste it, because that would be a total waste. But I am going to go donate a few meals at the local grocery store to those in need. And if you have a few extra bucks, or you need that, you can go to places like Albertsons, Food for Less, and they are giving them out. If you need help with your Thanksgiving meal, they are helping, especially in this area here where I live. It's like a neighborhood thing that they do. You can donate, or if you need help, get donated to. We're all here to help each other. Let's just do our part, and that's what I do. They give out bags and send them, some of them to the ones. I'm pretty sure they have open cafeterias to the homeless. There's so many homeless in LA, and it's just gotten worse. But for those who have a place to cook, they still give out free food. They give out, but those come from from the ones who donate. You can go buy in your local grocery store like 3 or 4 big bags and donate them as well. I love you all very much. Giving thanks to all of you for being here. Spread the love. That's all I'm asking in return. Just spread it out far and wide, even to the haters. Say, love you anyways. They really hate that. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. If you have a family to spend it with, be grateful for that. Because some of us don't. They don't have that, whole thing going on. Sometimes it's toxic anyway, so we just stay to ourselves. I love you so much. And I'll see you maybe Friday, which would be tomorrow, I guess, for videos. If not, Saturday, maybe I'll have a live stream. We'll see what happens. You know, I never know what's going to happen from day to day. I just kind of wing it. So, y'all take care of yourselves out there. Be blessed. And just be full of love. Let the universe bless you back. All right? Bye for now. MaDragonshark out. Love you.